Hey guys, what's up? I am here with another quick video. No rant today. Um, so my yarn came and I made all the squares. So this is it's from Lion Brand. The yarn is from Lion Brand. It's their Sesame Street yarn. So it's Oscar, Elmo, the character I hate most in the world. Because when those Tickle Me Elmos came out, my cousin got one for her child, and I couldn't stand that thing. So I used to take the batteries out of it. The voice box, I would take the voice box out of it. And Big Bird. Cookie Mouse and Big Bird. So these are the ones that I got to make the blanket for my grandson who's due July 11th. So I got to get a move on that. And so this is the one that I did the squares for my granddaughter. I did 16 squares. It's pieced together. I just have to weave in the ends and put a border around it. So hopefully I'll finish this weekend. And no, I do not have one in bra because I did not feel like putting one back on. After I got home I had to go into work, and work half a day, at the office because one of my coworkers, their significant other lost their battle with cancer. And so I went in to help out at the office for stuff that you can't do from home. So I had on my mask and everything today. And yeah. And once again, I like to thank Sweet, who is my daughter's friend. Those little cute mer plugs and stuff I showed you guys a while ago, she makes those. And so for friends and family, she made us some masks. So I wore my mask today. And yeah, so I used my hand spun it was just little odds and ends that I had, and I had enough to make a hat. So I wanted to see how it crocheted up. And this is some alpaca. This is some alpaca wool blend, and it's super soft. But the top is crochet, and then the bottom is knit. So you can see what my hand spun looks like knit. And I like the way it did a color change. So I thought it was pretty cool. And it knit really nice. I should use my hand spin more often. But it's just a regular hat. It's almost too small for me because of my dreads. But yeah. It turned out really nice. I like it. So it's got like a little bit of a slouch to the back. So yeah, really happy with how the hat turned out. And then the other hat I was working on last time, I finished it. It has it's like a mammoth cap with the folded brim on the inside, and it's plenty big enough. So I'm happy with the way this turned out too. And this is where I crocheted it together and then picked up the stitches, and then these are purl books. So this turned out really nice, and this inside part is the same alpaca on the inside of this one. And then I also used the alpaca for the purl ridges on this hat. The reason I did the alpaca on the inside is so this makes the skin soft. Because this blue is a coarser yarn. And that's something you can do if you are a spinner, or if you are given some hand spun yarn, or some yarn in general from some mill spun yarn from a fair or something, and it feels a little rougher. Sometimes it could actually be the dye that's on the yarn. And when I used this, a little bit of the dye did come off on my hands, but you could barely see it, so it wasn't a lot. So I steamed it with the iron to see what would happen, and no dye. I had like a white t-shirt on the inside of it, and no dye came off on the t-shirt. So it's not a dye issue. And it's just the yarn is a little coarse. So, but it's a beautiful color. So that's why I chose to do this inside this double brim, so that this soft brim will be against your skin on your forehead and whatnot. That's just something you guys can do if you have yarn that you really don't want to touch your forehead. You can use a softer yarn as the brim, as the inside of the brim. Or you can use it for the whole brim portion that might touch your skin. It's up to you. Okay, so the next project that I'm working on is I cast on a flax. This is knitting. This is a Tin Can Knits project. It's a free pattern over at Ravelry. And I am on the section right before you separate for the sleeves. And so this is where I'm at. This is the neck. It's like a crew neck type. And so this is where the sleeves will be over on the side once it's long enough. I'm using my Chagoos for this, and I have all my little stitch markers. And I'm actually using a tutorial that's here on YouTube, and if I remember, I'll post a link to it. So far, it's been very easy because I haven't knit a sweater. I've knit a cardigan called Quick Oats before, but I haven't knit a sweater before and separate for the sleeves and all that stuff. So this is finding that tutorial has helped me a lot as far as understanding the pattern and what I'm supposed to be doing. So this is working out really fast. This top part is, I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a cow that Malon B designed, and it was like, I think from Zelda, the Try something design on it. And I had used the broken seed stitch, and I had used the only ball of yarn that I had from Windswept Farms from a alpaca named Asher, who had passed away. And so this was all that was left of Asher's yarn, this white portion here. This blue, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So this blue is some, what's it called? I took it down. Oh yeah, here it is. Some Encore yarn, which is a 25% wool and 75% acrylic blend. And I'm going to put this blue at the, after I finish this ball of yarn, I'm going to do 3 rows of the blue, and then I'll move to the next color, which I haven't decided which color I'm going to use yet. So that's the flax sweater that I'm knitting for my grandson. And I chose the 6 to 9 month because it's summertime. Even though it's not as hot as it normally is, probably because we don't have all those chemtrails from all the planes and stuff, global warming. So, but he'll have it for fall and winter to use, and maybe even longer, because this will block out even bigger if I block it. I think I'm not gonna block it, and just the next time she needs it, while she brings it to me, I'll wash it and then I'll block it out so it'll be bigger. Or we could just wait and he can wear this over his other clothes. It shouldn't get dirty, but if he throws up on it or something, she can bring it to me, and then I'll wash it and I'll block it out for him. So, and I've decided to call him Dre. That is going to be my name for him. I don't care what they name him. That's going to be my nickname for him, and that's what he will be known as, my grandma, as Dre. So, they can deal with it. Okay, so I'm getting tangled up here. Now give me a second. Okay, so I have some friends, and they have a yarn company that's called, let me just get the card. Yeah, well, I won't tell y'all nothing wrong. Organized Chaos Yarns. yeah. So it's Organized Chaos Yarns. Hopefully this card is showing up for you guys. And they got their Instagram, email, and all that stuff down there. And so she sent me, I'm doing a test knit for her for the yarn. And she sent me a fingering weight called Rose, which has 20% nylon and 20% starlina. It's very, very sparkly, guys. The color is, yeah, it's close. That's close. And then she also sent me this variegated yarn. And now this one is a luxury yarn. It has cashmere content. Let me see if I have the card for that one. Yeah. So the variegated one has, it's very spring-like. Makes me think about spring flowers. It has a muted purple, greens, yellows, yellow-green, kind of like a little gray to white in there. But it's real pretty. And so it's 75% merino, 15% nylon, and 10% cashmere. And it has 452 yards. It's a 4-ply, and it's approximately 100 grams. And the superwash was 6% merino, the rose colorway, and 6% merino, 20% nylon, and 20% stellina. And it had 400 yards, and it was approximately 100 grams, and it was a 3-ply. But I'm doing a test crochet for her, and this is what I have so far. I don't know, I might not be, I don't know. I'll just show y'all from afar. Only somebody who's truly desperate will actually try to blow this up to see but the yarn is pretty together. I like it. The pattern has single crochets between parts of it, and the single crochets, I have over 40-year eyes, so it's hard to see the stitches when you do cross stitch and go back. I have to sit there and like pull it apart to look to make sure it's not the stitch that's actually is part of the cross stitch. So what I'm doing is I am going to use half double crochets from here on out when I get to that section of the shawl, because it'll stand up a little taller and make it easy for me to see where I'm supposed to be with the half double crochet, and I don't have to sit there going blind trying to work on this pattern. But it's working up very quickly. I've only worked on it about an hour, and this is where I'm at. And I should be finished. I'm hoping to be finished by Sunday. If not, then early next week, and then I'll mail it back to her. But and she can block it and whatnot. Because with Luna running around, I'm not gonna be able to block this. So that's what's going on with me right now. Like I told you guys what my goals were. So I finished spinning the woodland I gotta get organized again. But I finished spinning the woodland yarn. And now I'm spinning another remnant skein of some brown alpaca, the white cordell that was left for me making the dryer balls, and some black alpaca. This is some remnants off some mill ends that came off the spinning frame. Like you can see right here how this is all twisted up where it came off the spinning frame and got tangled on the spinning frame. And she always would just throw these little odds and ends in a bag for me. So I found this when I was sorting through my fibers. And so I've been alternating between this this and the white Cordell, and I'm gonna knit another hat with that more than likely, or some fingerless gloves. It depends. I gotta find my bag that has my other works in progress in it, like the socks, some fingerless gloves, and some granny squares that I had made a while ago, and so I can add those to my rotation. Now, I didn't have any of this sock yarn, but I love these socks, and I love them so much that I wore a hold them. So this is not a professional repair by any means, but it goes inside my shoe. I'm the only person who will see it, and I really don't care. But I gotta weave in those ends some more. But this way it's got snagged on something. It got snagged on something and it pulled the yarn. But it's just a simple like weave looking patch. It's a different color, which I don't care because it's for my foot. And so, and you can see the inside how I patched it real good. So yeah, so I patched my sock so I can keep wearing it because I'm pretty much just in the house up here. I rarely have my shoes on except if I'm gonna leave the house. And so this is just for me to walk around in my socks and whatever. So that's one of the other things I did was patch that sock. And that's pretty much it. Like this is my favorite. This is my jacket. I don't know what I think I left my sweater in there. But I love my sweater. And now that I'm working on this flax, I want to make a sweater that's similar to my sweater that I wear to work all the time in a different color. And so I was watching a video that shows you how to take measurements from one of your favorite garments and then turn that into a new knit garment. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take measurements from that sweater / cardigan, and so I can make me a new sweater for work with that, because I love that sweater. It's just perfect for me, like comfortable. How I like my loose fitting. I don't like tight clothes. I never have. And it's loose fitting, and it's just warm and cozy. And so yeah. So that's all I have going on right now. Like I said, my goal is to finish this up this weekend, and then I will concentrate on my flax. And then also I want to get all these ends woven in and put the trim. I figure it'll probably take about an hour and a half to get the ends woven in and put the trim on this blanket. And then after I do that, these two projects, then I need to start sewing together the squares for the other baby blanket, because he's due on the 11th. So I need to get this. I've already made him 2 blankets, so this will be his 3rd blanket, and get to work on his finishing his flax. And then I want to do a flax for Luna. I want to do a sweater for me. This is like one of the first times I've been outside, and there's stuff blooming, and my skin on my face, my shoulders and stuff has been itching like crazy from when I was outside today. Just itching like crazy. I wish I had a vinegar to take. So yeah. But that's all I have going on. Spinning, knitting, crochet, that's me. And that's what I've been doing. As you can see, all this gray hair. I might dye my hair this weekend too, because I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I got. So y'all take care.